2 days have passed since the publication of the requirements of the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, in the case of Kamila Valieva. They want to disqualify the figure skater for 4 years and deprive her of 3 gold medals. On Monday, the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CS, registered the application of the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, in the case against Kamila Valieva. The investigation will now be handled by the Swiss court, since the Russian anti-doping agency, Rusada, subject to the laws of WADA, failed all deadlines. The figure skater waited until November 4 for a decision on the doping history. But not only did Rusada, apparently, not provide any materials, it also outlined its position: we will not publish the results of the investigation, since Valieva is a protected person, due to her minority. In addition to registering the case, CAS announced the WADA requirements, to disqualify Valieva for 4 years and deprive her of the medals won since December 2021. And this is the gold of the Championship of Russia, Europe and the team tournament, the very one during which it turned out that the banned substance trimetazidine was found in Valieva's doping test. While in Russia they stand up for the skater and demand to reveal the truth, the world is waiting for the results of the investigation and believe that the U.S. team will soon receive their gold medals of the 2022 Olympics team leader. However, the president of the Russian Olympic Committee, Stanislav Poznyakov, asks the Americans not to be in a hurry to rejoice. The ROC promised to stand up for their athletes if Valieva is found guilty, and the Russian team is deprived of gold. At the moment we have a WADA appeal against Rusada's decision. There is nothing to comment on this from a legal point of view. There will be trial, certain decisions will be made. If these decisions call into question the results of our skaters in Beijing, then we will certainly be active participants in the process, CAS quotes Poznyakov. The Americans want Beijing 2022 gold so badly that they are afraid that Valieva's case could be dragged out for a year and a half. The head of USADA, Travis Tygart, expressed his concerns the day before, saying that a 4-year ban on the Russian woman was highly likely. But the compatriots of the official do not believe in such a period of disqualification of Valieva. I think it will be years before figure skaters from Russia are allowed to participate in international competitions because of a special operation. Also, I suspect they will still allow Kamila to compete in the Russian Grand Prix, which could make many of their skaters ineligible to compete in ISU events because it would make them unauthorized. If Rusada suspended her for 2 years, CAS would probably make a decision, but cancel past results, and that's it. But Rusada slowed down and slowed down. Most likely they will not give 4 years, but with all the lies and theatrics that Kamila and her team did, they probably missed her chance for a minimum punishment. If I remember correctly, one of the conditions for this was understanding and remorse for what had been done. Written by American figure skating fans. If Valieva's guilt is proven, and CAS listens to WADA's requirements, then Kamila will drop out of the pool of international competitions for 4 years, whenever Russia is not allowed there. However, for many fans, the figure skater's career ended in February. They wrote the following. Anyway, her career ended in February. The new cycle will continue in Krustelny with the next girl. If Kamila hadn't been caught, it would have been someone else. Popular among fans is the opinion that, together with Valieva, the entire Krustelny team, headed by Terry Tutberidze, should be punished. Her coaches also need to be punished. Looks like Kamila didn't have reliable adults in her life. It's unfortunate. Terry Tutberidze and her team have always been an unethical and harmful presence for these young girls in sports. She and her team need to be held accountable, and something needs to be done to ensure she doesn't get permanent rewards for hurting these athletes. With such decisions, figure skating is at a turning point, and I sincerely hope that they are in favor of young athletes and their health. We all know who is really responsible. Kamila should not retain these titles for obvious reasons. However, the problem is not in it, but in the symptom. Russia loves doping so much that it even uses it in curling. Recent history has shown that Russia just keeps doping everyone no matter what. I wouldn't even be surprised if, currently defunct, tests in sports like snooker turn out positive. I don't think that we will ever know how clean Anna Shcherbakova, Sasha Trusova are and whether juniors use doping. I hope Russian sports will remain banned. Fans wrote, Valieva participates in domestic competitions, and is unlikely to stop, even if CAS imposes sanctions. But, if suddenly, starts in the country are closed for Kamila, she has already found a job. Choreographer Ilya Verbuk will be glad to see the skater with his friend Vanya Dmitrenko in the ice age. Why not? In general, I'm sure the guys would look great, Kamila would look brilliant, she would be very interested in the project, she is the most gifted, she feels the music amazingly, she would love to skate, said Verbuk. Figure skater Alina Zagitova posted a photo in which she dyed her hair blonde. Olympic champion Pyeongchang 2018, and now TV presenter Alina Zagitova published a photo in a new unusual way. She posted the picture on social media. 20-year-old figure skater surprised her subscribers, she became a blonde. Pretty woman, Alina, don't. It's more harmonious with a dark color, your hair is more beautiful, Alina, return your hair color, her followers write in the comments. Later, the skater said that there was no need to worry, her hair color was in place. Alina's fans guessed that it was an experiment with a wig. Alina Zagitova this season acts as a TV presenter of the popular show Ice Age on Channel 1. World champion Elizaveta Tuktamysheva spoke about the work on the quadruple jump. You are preparing a quad for the jumping tournament. Is there a desire to make it in the competitive program? Of course we will work. There are chances that this could happen this season. But first you need to go out on the ice and start jumping it again. A whole week has passed without training the quadruple, so now you need to understand what condition he is in. How long did it take to restore the quadruple? Trained him from time to time. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. It depends more on my emotional state. Not understanding what to do, when there is no clear feeling in this jump, knocks you down. From this, a little fear arises, because it is like flying into the abyss. When at some point the right feeling and understanding of how this jump works, I can restore the quadruple in just a few days. It's not scary anymore. The last time it happened like this, I did it all the time for a week, that was enough. What can the right emotional state depend on? If I knew, I would jump quadruple more often. You just need to do it slowly. I have a fear of injury, because this element is not jumped. When I start doing a quadruple after a long break, new tightness appears in my body. The threat of damage increases, and this causes fear. You can overcome all this only gradually, you need to continue to screw into the quadruple sheepskin coat. Then at some point you already catch this feeling. Recently you were just talking about a small injury. Is it because of the quad? She comes and goes. It is somewhere inside the foot, it is not clear what it depends on. Maybe yes, from the quadruple, when at the start of the season I decided to restore it and switch to a jump from the left foot. Precisely this is because of the sheepskin coat, and not because of other elements. The injury is not dangerous, just unpleasant, aching. She passes, so everything is in order, said Tuktamysheva.